Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine. I am your tourism lecturer and today's subject is tourism product and topic for it is culture of India. So what is culture? Culture is any place which has like people, how they live their life, okay, like what kind of language they speak, what kind of food they eat, what kind of dress they wear. So those things are called culture of India. So in tourism, why we are studying culture is because the culture has an impact upon the tourism industry, okay, because whoever the tourist who want to visit that place has to know about the culture, whether or not they are comfortable staying in that place or not, okay. As you can read here, I have written already, and India being a diverse country, we have different cultures according to the state. So in Kashmir, there is different culture, the way of their language, the food, the dress, it is different to what of Kerala, okay. So we have to know about, we visiting any place, we have to know about how the people are, if we are comfortable there or not, okay. And in culture comes many things. So in India, so first, as we treat our guests very dearly and we respect them, and whenever there is some guest or customer, okay, so Indian culture, the way of treating the guest is like we do namaskar, or we say namaskaram, vanakam. In Punjab they say sat sri akal, the Muslims they say salam walaikum. So in that way the Indians, they greet to their guest or the customer, okay. And comes spirituality. Now what is spirituality is like what they believe, how Indians are, how they believe, behave with their family, what are important to them. So for Indians, family plays a very important role. They give much importance to their family, and in ancient traditional ways, Indians, they have their joint family living together, okay, in one house. They live together, their mother, father, son, daughter-in-law, or sometimes even daughter or son-in-law. In that way the family is formed, okay. Another comes is marriages. So marriage, they play a very important role, and in India marriage is also a huge business, okay. Many weddings happens, okay, every month you can say some wedding is happening, okay. And the ancient or traditional marriage of India is it happens through an arranged marriage. Nowadays it happens love also, but the traditional way, a cultural way is of arranged marriages, okay. And come again namaste. So in India, what we believe is, we believe that guest is God, atithi devo bhava, okay, in Sanskrit. So the translation is guest is God. So we always treat them with much respect and we bow down and say namaste in that way, okay. Then come religion. So India is a secular country, and Indians, they have the right to religion. They can follow any religion they believe, okay. So India is a birthplace of many religions such as Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism. I have written like that: Hindu, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam and Christianity. This all religion, okay, makes it an Indian, okay. So as you can see, India is the most religiously diverse. So also there is a term called religious tourism. So many religious tourism happens in India, like they go to Kedarnath, Badrinath, okay, like that. So Rameshwaram. So these are like religiously place where people go and visit for their Tirath Yatra, we say in that way. For Muslims, they go to Ajmer Sharif, it is situated in Rajasthan. So religious tourism is also affected and has an impact upon the place, okay. India has a boost of religious tourism, okay. Then comes language of India. So as I have already told, there are many states in India, and the states have their own different languages, okay. So according, like for example, we are in Bengal, so Bengali language. Here we speak also Nepali, other forms, other tribal people, they speak their own languages. So there are many languages in India, okay. So in order for the tourism, if a person is going to that place, he or she has to understand the language of that place. So in India, so there are many languages. People, they coming from abroad, they get confused. They think that this is the particular language, but no, there are apart from Hindi, according to the state, okay, we have languages, okay, and there are categories of languages, how it is categorized. And also you can see these are the official languages of India, like Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi. These all are South Indian languages like Kannada, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam. Okay, in that way, these are the official languages of India. Okay, and festivals. Now, India is a very colorful place, and there are many festivals going on. Every month we get to see some festivals are going on, from starting from January to December. Also, this is our festival season going on. We are about to celebrate Diwali. So according to, you can see, and Hindus, their main festivals are like Dasera, Diwali, Holi. Okay, for Muslims it comes like Ramzan and Eid and Idul Zoha, Idul Fitr, and for Christians Christmas, as we all know. So festivals are very well celebrated. This also has an impact on the tourism industry. Okay, according to the festival, the seasons are on season. Okay, if there are no festival season, then the season will be off. So in that way, the festivals also have an impact on the tourism industry. Okay, and comes clothing. So in India, the ancient way or traditional cultural way of clothing is, for men it is dhoti kurta, lungi with the topi, and for women it is sari, kurta pajama and all that. That is the cultural dress of India, and that also has a different categories. State wise, the clothing is different. Okay, also the material used for the clothes is also different. Okay, and comes food and spices. Now we all know that spices are like the main thing in India which are grown. That's why the British East India Company was set up for the trading of the spices. Okay, so it is one of the largest producer also in the world. Okay, the spices are exported to many places. Okay, and the spices are very good and organic and very good in taste. Also food, again, starting from the north to south, food are also different according to their state. Okay, for in some place people have the staple food as rice, in some place they have staple food as wheat, like they make roti, jawhar, ragi, bajra. In that way food are had. Okay, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, both food are consumed in India. Okay, and agriculture. So we all know the farmers are very important, and there are many lands which are used for agricultural purpose. Okay, so India being one of the global leaders in the agriculture, also the second largest producer of rice and wheat in the world, and other. So India is also the finest producer of cotton. Okay, fine cottons are made here and exported to many places, because in India most of the places have a hot and humid climate. So in that situations, in that weather, we prefer to wear cotton clothes. Okay, and sugarcane, peanuts, as you can see, jute, tea also is the largest producer, like for example Darjeeling, Munnar in Kerala, Assam, they have more producer of tea which is exported. The high quality Darjeeling tea are exported to many places. Okay, and comes architecture. Now India has many historical places. Okay, many architectures are there, like for example Taj Mahal. Okay, Sanchi Stupa. It has effect like Buddhism. In that way, there are many great temples built in the ancient times, and because of that many tourists are attracted to see that, to explore. If you have visited Taj Mahal, you will know how many from the foreign people come to just see the Taj Mahal and feel and view it. Okay, and also because of that our tourism industry gets boosted. Okay, then comes our music and dance. So India is a place full of art lovers, and a birth of many kind of music, like classical music, okay, like Ravindra Sangeet, the Carnatic music. It is formed in India. Okay, till date people go they practice that music, okay, for their like enhancement of their own skills. Also dance, there are many forms of dance that is also according to the state. Okay, like Kathakali, kuchipudi, all those dances are there. You have to learn it by heart when you come to the classes. And I have also state like art forms, there are several like Bharatnatyam, Mohiniyattam, Odissi, these are the dance forms, okay. These also attract the tourists to just see. Some people are coming to see the dances of great dancers, okay, or they want to come and listen to the music of great musicians, okay. So in that way the tourism industry gets boosted, okay. Then comes Ayurveda and yoga. So India being also the Ayurveda and yoga is also the birth is happened in India, okay. So in ancient olden times, what happens, people, they didn't used to go to doctor, and even today there are some villages, they believe that they want to treat themselves with the Ayurvedic things, okay. Ayurveda is treated by many plants and herbs, okay, like they don't want to have the medicine that way. So Kerala being one of the most like that place is boosted for the Ayurvedic treatment. People come there for many massages which is done by special oils, okay. There are many hotels, spa hotels which deals with those kind of people, and abroad people are crazy about Ayurvedic treatment and ailment and spa. So in that way also India has a boost in the tourism, okay. Their hospitality is so great, the food and all those things are so organic. Those things make the tourists attracted towards India, and our business gets boosted, okay. Like what is Ayurveda? I already told, it is a healing process with the application of many herbs, oils or massage techniques, okay. It does not include any physical exercise or postures, asanas. Now in Ayurveda there is no exercise related. Exercise is for yoga, okay. And it involves in modifying one of the diet also. There are some people who have some special cases, special diseases, they come to treatment for that. So they also have like, they give some diet that you have to eat this, that, okay. So in that way our medical tourism is also growing and boosting, okay. So yoga, you all know yoga also, the birthplace it is in India, and yoga helps us with many, fighting with many kind of physical pain, like if you have backache, headache, you can treat it with yoga, okay. So yoga also, there are many businesses, okay, which deals with teaching people yoga, okay, and people, they want to heal, okay. So for that they there are many diseases like, see, I have written diabetes, bronchitis, hypertension, also meditation. When people are so much of stress, okay, when they work and they are not able to deal with the stress, they come for the meditation, and if they don't know how to do it, they come to a proper certified practitioner, yoga practitioner, okay. For that also from abroad many people are coming to India, okay, to just to learn and apply yoga, okay. So these are the cultures of India, like how people are living their life, the lifestyle, okay. So we can conclude like India is a country with the unity in diversity, okay. People, they stay with much love. They even all religion people, they celebrate their all religion festivals. They go to their friend's house, okay, and we also, we go to our friend's house when they are celebrating their festival. They come to our house. So in that there is a unity, there is a love among Indians, okay. And Indian culture is known for their custom, religion and spiritual values, okay. So we all are proud to be an Indian. So this much for today. So we will be continuing with another topic with another class. Thank you.